Whoever has that kid wins the war.
Alright Hollywood, you gave us a sci-fi epic about a robotic messiah, a grieving soldier and a giant floating dead blimp, and somehow made it feel like Blade Runner and E.T. had a moody baby during an apocalypse. The creator looks incredible, sounds dramatic, and swings for the fences, but does it actually land anything? Well, I watched the creator so you don't have to. By the by, I'm the movie guy and let's start this video. We start with a vignette meant to show us the setting. In this world, AI has advanced a lot and now robots can do the same jobs as human. All is well and good until some AI send a nuclear warhead to Los Angeles, one that hits. Now 10 years later, the US government swears that they will hunt down all AIs in the US and New Asia. There's a lot happening in this second scene. First of all, US Marines are on an operation looking to keep their word of hunting down AIs. We see Joshua, who is spending some time with his pregnant wife Maya, and they start hearing some commotion downstairs. Their AIs have captured an American soldier and now they have to leave this place. Joshua interrogates the soldier a bit, and when he is alone, we find out that he's actually working undercover for the US Army. His wife overhears, she runs away from Joshua, gets to the getaway vehicles, which are then destroyed by a bomb right in front of him. Fast forward 5 years and Joshua's just barely surviving. Eat, work, cry over your dead wife and child, sleep, repeat. That all changes when some army higher-ups come asking for Joshua's help to destroy Nirmata, the mind behind the AIs in New Asia. Joshua refuses, but he's persuaded when he's shown a video of Maya alive and well that was taken 2 days ago. If he wants to get her back, he has to go on the mission inside the lab, because if he won't go, then it will be bombed. Joshua and the team storm through the labs, shooting up the place, firing at lab workers or AI local cops on their way to complete the mission. All they have to do is blow up the weapon that they have that could destroy Nomad, their warship. Cops are overrunning them on the outside, so Joshua once again is left all alone. He opens the vault where the weapon is supposed to be, but it's actually only a child watching cartoons. Joshua gets shot, but he's not killed. The child escapes through an emergency escape, and Joshua follows him. All around there is only destruction, culminated with the Nomad firing a missile at the lab, destroying everything. There are heavy casualties on both sides and Joshua is just trying to find his wife, but to no avail. That was the end of Act 1. Right off the bat, I can see that this is a very beautiful film. The visuals, the effects, the sound, the CGI, everything looks so damn good. I bet watching this movie in the cinema was a real experience. At the moment, the important theme explored here are the differences between human and AI. The robots are not real, but they emulate human emotions perfectly. However, in most of the scenes, they seem more kind, at least the ones from New Asia, while the humans are just barbarians. When Joshua comes to, he finds the girl looking at him. He tries to get her to leave, but the girl follows him. Joshua finds a soldier from his team. He's in a really bad way. He takes him to a safe place and the kid once again follows him. Joshua receives new orders: eliminate the kid. He can't bring himself to do that. A local AI farmer sees the girl and his face lights up like seeing a miracle. He tries to kill Joshua but gets killed himself. The cops hear the gunshots, they try to take down Joshua, but he and the girl escape. Joshua is now being considered a traitor. He failed to fulfill his objective, and now 2 other soldiers are hot on his trail, looking to take both he and the weapon out. Joshua gives the kid the name of Alfie and they communicate for a little bit. The kid reacts to a photo of Maya, and now Joshua wants for the kid to lead him to her. It's not going to be easy. Joshua is now being hunted down, and the kid is searched for by 2 parties, the humans and the AIs. The kid can take care of herself though, as she has the power of controlling electricity. She can give and she can take away. The girl will not tell Joshua where Maya is, so he decides to get someone to poke through her software. He takes her to Drew, the soldier captured in the beginning of the film. He's now operating a store that creates robots. While there, the police storm the building, killing Drew's girlfriend. Joshua fights them off and they escape. Maya had a tracker on her wedding ring, and now Joshua and Drew are using it to locate her. The plot thickens. Well, it's been thickening ever since the start of the movie, escalating and escalating even more. We now find out that Maya is Nirmata, the one that the humans are trying to kill. So the tracker on the wedding ring leads them to their old house, but Maya is not there. It's just her wedding ring thrown on the ground. Drew is killed and Joshua tries to escape with Alfie, but he is stopped by the AIs and is clubbed into unconsciousness. Midpoint here is time to pause and reflect. I really like the story. It gives off a Children of Men cyberpunk vibe, and I'm all for it. I do think that some of the story elements are a bit convenient, like Joshua knowing how to find Drew. I don't know why the act started with Joshua on a boat, because he was not in one at the end of the first act. So little things like that, it doesn't ruin the experience, but it does make me wonder. I like the comedy here. Joshua as a character has a lot of swagger and jokes, and that works with John David Washington's strengths as an actor. Joshua is taken prisoner aboard the ship by the robots. He convinces Alfie to release him in hopes of seeing Maya one last time. Joshua follows the ship until he reaches his destination, and he learns a valuable truth. Alfie was created specifically to end the war, but after she finishes her task, which will be destroying the Nomad, she will destroy herself. She will turn the tide of the war by sacrificing herself. Dumbledore would approve.
You've been raising him like a pig for slaughter.
The humans have come to get Alfie. They are bringing tanks to destroy the stronghold of the AIs, and they seem to be outmatched here. Joshua convinces Alfie to go search for Maya, but when Alfie sees the damages inflicted by the humans, she knows that she has to help, so she leaves Joshua. The humans are sending AI bombs to destroy the stronghold. One goes through, but one is stopped by Alfie. She gets shot by a human, and Joshua saves her from dying. Now she has to be taken to Nirmata to receive medical attention. Joshua gets to Maya, but it's not what he was expecting. She survived the missile strike at the beginning of the film, sure, but she was on life support. She was not alive, but not dead either. So he said his goodbyes alongside Alfie, and he pulled the plug. That was the end of Act 2, and I will be criticizing the movie for a bit now. While I do like the story, I like the arc of the characters, I really don't like that it's simply another movie about Americans colonizing, or any other nation colonizing for that matter. I don't think that this is what this movie is supposed to be about, and while war works with themes of hope and peace, I just wish they would have thought of something just a little bit more original. As the final act begins, Joshua is determined to protect Alfie, the AI child with the potential to end the war between humans and machines. After discovering that Alfie has the power to control technology, Joshua decides to help her reach Nomad, the massive human orbital weapon targeting AI strongholds. They infiltrate Nomad, and Alfie disables his system, rendering it vulnerable. Meanwhile, Joshua confronts his own past, particularly his grief over his wife Maya, who was believed to be dead but turns out to be alive in a comatose state? Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Joshua makes a sacrifice by staying behind to ensure Nomad is destroyed, allowing Alfie to escape. The film ends on a hopeful note, with Alfie surviving and symbolizing the dawn of a new era of coexistence between AI and humanity. And just like that, problem solved. How long do you think this peace will hold? Because I don't think humans will take kindly to losing. The Creator is an interesting movie. On the one hand, it has fantastic visuals, good action scenes, interesting dialogue, and the story is fun. On the other hand, it lacks originality. I thought the third act was pretty poor, especially with us finding out that Maya is actually alive, and sometimes things just happen without being explained, which I was furious at. But it's not a bad movie. In fact, if you're looking just for entertainment, this one is amazing. If you want something deep and with substance, maybe don't watch this one. So that's it, you've just seen The Creator through my eyes. Let me know down in the comments what you think and what movie would you like me to do next. Press that like and subscribe button, and until next time, keep on watching movies, guys.